Welcome to Pucked Up Hockey Moms, where the arenas are freezing, the group chats are unhinged, and the parenting, well, let's just say we're doing our best. I'm Amanda, hockey mom, chaos wrangler, and proud captain of the Bad Mom Squad.
And I'm Brittany, mom of three, two who play hockey, expert at juggling carpools, cold coffee, and the occasional emotional breakdown in the arena parking lot.
We're here to spill the tea on what it really means to raise hockey kids, from politics in the stands to mental health, bad calls, and everything in between. No filters, no fluff, just the truth. With a side of sarcasm.
And yeah, we're laughing through the madness, because if we didn't, we'd be crying into a damp mitt left in the trunk since last season.
So if you've ever screamed, "Move your feet," while secretly Googling the rules mid-game, you're our people.
This is Pucked Up Hockey Moms. Let's get into it.
I'm your host, Amanda, and this week we have with us a mother of two from Toronto who has taken on multi-years of level team manager role, which is insanity to me because doing one team is enough. So welcome, Stephanie.
Hello, I'm really happy to be here. This is wonderful.
Yay.
Taking my hockey mom life and doing something different with it. It's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how your family got started in hockey.
Oh, that's all because of my husband. He still is a full-grown man who plays hockey himself a couple days a week, but he grew up playing hockey. Yeah. I swore up and down when we got married, I'm not going to become a hockey mom. If you want to put the kids in hockey, that's fine, but I'm not going to be involved. This is not going to be my thing. This will be your thing. It worked for the first year because I had a baby and our 5-year-old was in hockey, so it was really divide and conquer. But it has most definitely taken over my life as much as anybody else's. So yeah, it's just been the evolution of fitting in hockey around full-time work, you know, having maybe some other hobbies here and there when you can fit them in. But yeah, I know. What's that? Hockey is my whole life.
Yeah.
No, and I joke, but my kids are like, "Oh, you should play hockey." And I'm like, "No, I have enough hockey in my life. Like 7 days a week, someone in my house from October to April is on the ice."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I tried it for a bit. I tried it for a bit too, just like after watching them, I got a full set of gear and then I had a broken arm from something else or wrist from something else. And I was like, I have a mortgage to pay. I cannot do this.
This is not going to work.
Yeah. I could not learn how to play hockey at 35 years old. It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
It was super fun, but
decisions have to be made.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a little bit of where it started, but, this is where I am now, I guess. But yeah, it's a hockey family type of life. I grew up with a brother who played competitive hockey. So I was the rink sibling for many years of my life. And my husband played his whole life. His dad was a hockey coach. His brother played competitive hockey. So it was, I think maybe just in the genes a little bit. I think
it was
I tried to resist it, but did not work out the way I planned.
Resistance is futile.
I know. If you can't beat them, join them, right? So
absolutely.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you have two kids, a daughter and a son. And so your daughter was gung-ho to start, or was it more your husband like, you want to play hockey?
So, you know what? She's naturally just our very more athletic child. Like she just naturally takes to sports and athletics. And he would have normally put her in when she was 4 and to learn to play, but she was 4 when it was COVID lockdown. So she actually started hockey when she was 5, and she was very eager to get out of the house and do anything with other kids that was humanly possible. So she was very excited at the prospect of hockey because one of the only things she could do during COVID was go skating, right? So over that lockdown winter, she would go skating with my husband at the public rinks because we had to be outside. So it was one of the things she really, really got into during that time. The co-ed thing versus girls hockey, my husband was like very gung-ho of like, we should put her in co-ed. The programs are really strong. If she gets older and she doesn't want to play co-ed anymore, that's fine. We'll switch her to something else. But just to start to put her in that environment. And so that's what we did. She now does not want to leave that environment. She's not interested in anything but playing co-ed. So yeah, she's been in it since, I guess, since she was 5. She's loved it. She's never complained about it. She's never wanted to quit. She's never, I mean, every kid gets tired, right?
Yeah.
They need a break. And it's hard, right? But she loves it. She's always excited to get back to it when the season's ready to start again.
That's great. How old is she?
Yeah. She is 9, going on 16.
Yeah.
But yes.
Them sassy girls.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And I like there's benefits to both all female and all and co-ed and stuff. So yeah, like my daughter has done co-ed up in like she did co-ed the whole time other than like 1 year female and stuff, and she's really loved it. But then I know plenty of girls that have done female the whole time and they love it, really. So it just depends on the child, right? So I'm glad that she's loving what she's doing. And so, I mean, the PWHL has definitely opened a lot of like dream roads for girls.
It has. Yeah, she actually got to meet Sarah Nurse randomly last week, I guess it was.
Cool.
And showed up in her full hockey gear. Like, I pulled her off the ice at the end of hockey camp. I'm like, Sarah Nurse is just behind our house. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And so she showed up sweaty, full equipment, because we did not have time to change. It's very cute. We have some really cute photos, but ever since we saw her, she's like bought herself her PWHL water bottle, and she's like, I'm gonna be in the PWHL one day. I'm like, Sarah Nurse, and I'm like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. So it's good for the girls to see.
That's so great.
Strong women who are doing these things. It's really great.
Yeah, she's just transferred out to Vancouver.
I know. We're really sad. Lucky for you guys that I'm very sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being a Vancouver Island girl, I'm not a Vancouver Canucks fan, and if you've listened to the podcast, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But I am gonna be a day one Vancouver PWHL fan, so I have my season tickets, and as long as I can stay upright to watch a game, I will be there.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, it'll be really good. So yeah, it'll have fun. And Seattle and Vancouver are already starting with this awesome rivalry, so it's like they're getting a healthy competition.
The Western expansion, right? So it's good. It's good for the league to expand, and that there's that much interest that they can. It's really positive. It's good for the boys to see too.
Yeah.
Right? It's really good for the boys too.
I think that's, because like for so long you've heard the boys be like, well, where are you going to go with hockey, right? Like, whether they mean it or not, in their eyes, they only see the NHL. Well, now they get to see like the PWHL. So it's a strong, strong path for both boys and girls. So I think that's great. Yeah. What have been some standout moments so far, or challenges that your daughter has had to face? I know she's been in it for about 4 years. So
and I mean the home organization. So we've because she's going into single A this year, we've switched to sister organizations. But so we're starting in a new group, and we're coming from another group, and but both equally welcoming. So great. Like, they put her on the advertisement for why girls should come and play there last year, because she's just such a staple of what it means to be a female hockey player in that environment. But standout, I guess, for her, and it's for me, and clearly nothing is about winning and losing for me. I just want them to have fun. I want them to get life skills, right? Like, they're going to lose. It's good to lose sometimes, in my opinion. You don't want to win all the time. You need to learn how to lose, because in life, you're not going to win all the time.
You learn more from losing than you do from winning. So
exactly. So we took them on their first away tournament, and not far, but we went to Buffalo. We went just over the border. This was last year. And they were in their division. We were not expecting them to win. We just wanted them to go and have fun and really like bond with them. And the standout moment for me there is one, watching her be so completely comfortable with all these boys around, like doesn't even faze her. They're, some of her best friends. And something you don't necessarily see at school, right? At school, it feels very gendered a lot of the time. Like, these are my friends, and the boys are with the boys, and the girls are with the girls, and there's not a ton of crossover. But with sports, with hockey in particular, that doesn't seem to exist in the same way, at least with this generation that's coming up now.
Yeah, they're players,
which is really,
right?
They're players. They're friends.
I'm just a hockey player.
That's it. Yeah. and they truly don't think it's weird that girls are in the same space that
No.
they are. Whereas 10 years ago, I don't think that necessarily would have been the same environment or the same culture. But they ended up, they ended up making it to the finals. They did ultimately win.
That's so
But
great.
was unexpected because they flipped the score, because the day before we played the same team and we lost 7-3.
Oh, wow.
And then we got to the finals, we played them again and we won 7-3. So,
That's so great.
but to just watch all of these boys. So we had a female goalie who was in, and my daughter. The rest of the team was all boys. But to watch these boys just all come and surround the girls and just like be so excited that they were there with them, I was like,
Yeah.
this is the kind of culture, the kind of environment that I want my daughter spending time in. And it wasn't about the win. Like, they were excited because they won, but the natural emotion that it brought out in these kids and the inclusivity and the excitement, and it was really truly wonderful. And you don't have that with every team. And I mean, the organization we're with, very inclusive, but we play against a lot of other teams from other places around the city, and not all teams have the same vibe. It's not all the same, like, let's go and have fun and have a good time. My daughter's been told by some people, like, why are you here? Girls don't belong in hockey. Why are you on the ice? And she knows to kind of shake it off.
Yeah.
But, standing out a few times in the season, it really bugs some of the boys on her team. They didn't like that. It's like, no, she does deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that? And I think, that's a very positive experience, but I don't think necessarily everyone gets to have that positive experience, right? And
it's awesome that it's becoming more common for like your teammates to stand up for you and stuff. So that's good.
It's and it just is nice to see. And it's good for all of them, right? Like, it's good for all of them. They're all becoming friends. They're all love each other. They all want to play together. And when we even suggest, because every year we give her options, we're like, do you want to go play girls? Would you prefer, what level? Where do you want to be? And if we suggest anything other than playing with her boys, it's like, like, we've grown an extra head. Like, what are you talking about? Like, of course I'm going to go play with my boys, right? Like, why wouldn't I do anything else? And I'm just very grateful that the organizations that we've been with and are with have been so inclusive.
That's great. I love it. That's so good to hear. Now let's switch perspectives. And your son, how old's your son?
He is 6.
Okay.
So he's just getting into it. Yeah.
Did he start at 4?
He sure did.
Yeah. So he's got 2 years
there was
in
no
now.
lockdown for him. So he started when he was 6, but he's a different kid, right? It was a totally different experience. We put him in the learn to play program. I wasn't even learn to skate, it was learn to play. And he would cry every single Saturday, to the point where I said, like, maybe this is not for you, bud. Like, and that's okay. You don't have to be a hockey player. I know Daddy plays, I know Jackie plays, but you don't have to be a hockey player. Like, we're here to have fun. He's also maybe not as naturally gifted athletically. He has to try a little bit harder than my daughter probably does. Not that she doesn't try hard, she does, but he has to try a little bit more. And but he decided he was going to go back and he was going to stick with it, and so he did. And so we're like, okay. And this season coming up, he's actually going to play his first year of competitive.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Alex Caggiatani
and Paul Richmond
from the Education News Comedy Quiz podcast called Some of the Above.
Each month, Alex and I invite you to play along with 2 special guest contestants from the world of education as we ask questions about the latest school news.
If you want to laugh while you learn and learn while you laugh, this is the show for you.
So listen to the Education News Comedy Quiz now, because truly, this podcast will change your life.
You'll sleep better, your food will taste better, and you'll probably get promoted at work.
In addition to his house league. So we're going to see how that goes.
Good for him, though. Like, that's great.
Yeah. But even in his experience, there have been a ton of girls in his level the entire time. He has a sister that plays hockey. So his perspective of, like, is always girls should be, like, why wouldn't they be around? One of his very good friends from his school plays hockey with him.
Mhm.
So for him, it's just a very much part of his experience, but he's a different kid.
Yeah.
So with him, it's been a little bit more managing of emotions and
Yeah.
feelings. Whereas my daughter gets the big feelings when they lose, or she doesn't feel she's had a good game. But with him, it's he wants to be perfect all the time. And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of times people think, well, like boys belong in these sports and not girls because girls are more emotional. Boys can be just as emotional
Oh,
as the
yeah.
girls.
Every kid is so different, right? And like they can
Yeah.
be sensitive about the weirdest, most different things
Yes.
that you don't
Yeah.
even expect them to be sensitive about. So when you learn that, that's great because then you can help deal with it. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
like
it.
every child, I think, needs to play a team sport at some point in their life just to try
Yeah.
it, whether it's like badminton or
Yeah.
something. Like it's
Yeah.
just so healthy to learn to play in a team environment and gives you so much. And I know I say it so many times, it's like beating a dead horse, but it's just gives you so many life skills you don't learn in a classroom. And it helps you for jobs, for life. Like it just
Oh,
sets you up.
100%. And I mean, for him, it's taught him a lot of resilience, right? I think that's what it is. When you're a perfectionist, you can see it that young. You just watch it
Yeah.
happening and it's who they are. And there's only so much you can do. But being in
Yeah.
that kind of environment forces them to have to overcome it themselves in order to be part of that team and be part of the
Yeah.
activity. Um, and the group coming up with him, the parents are a totally different group
Yeah.
than the parents that we have with my daughter. And not in a good way or a bad way. It's just it's
It's
different. It's like
different.
family, right? It's like you have
Mhm.
two different families with a
Mhm.
whole bunch of different players and different
Yeah.
characters. And how do you manage those personalities and make it work for everyone and still keep it fun for your kid? Because ultimately you want your kid to have fun, but as parents you're mostly spending your time with those other parents and you probably see
Absolutely.
them more than your actual family. You probably see them more than your
Mhm.
closest friends.
Absolutely. I
You're with them
know.
all the time.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. And I think it's great when you can notice different things about your kids and how they react to things, especially so young, because you can almost help them with coping mechanisms,
Yep.
right? You're like, okay, I know this is going to be harder in the future, but if I can help you a little bit now, that's going to make it less bad later, right? And I think we have access to so many more tools now than, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago in generations where they
Hmm.
just didn't talk
Yeah.
about all these different mental health and just
100%.
the awareness that we have access to is great. So
Yeah.
if as long as we embrace it and are aware of it and just
Yeah.
realize that nobody is perfect, then I
Yep.
think it just it's
Yeah. I mean,
limitless.
to lean into that too, my daughter obviously has parent teacher interviews like we all do. We go through it year after year. And one of her teachers said to me, I want you to know she is the most confident girl in my class.
That's great.
She knows who she is. She's not going to apologize for who she is. And she
Love
is
it.
not intimidated by a single boy in this classroom. And he said, I wish every girl came into this classroom with that same energy. And
Yeah.
I said to him, I said, I wish I could take credit for that as a parent.
Hmm.
And maybe in part it is parenting because we're all making choices for the
Yeah,
environments we put our kids in.
for
But I
sure.
said to him, I said, it's hockey.
Yeah.
She's treated as an equal by these boys
Hmm.
4 days a week when she's with them.
Yeah.
And she just expects that kind of respect every room she walks into. And I think that's
She's
great,
not going
right?
to
It
settle
takes
for
a
anything else.
lot of us into adulthood to get those
Oh,
skills, right? And
yeah.
as much as I'd love to take credit, I can't take full that is
Yeah.
hockey. That is hockey showing up in a different environment.
Yeah. And that's amazing to hear. I mean, it took me until like my late 20s, early 30s to figure out
Yeah.
confidence. So, I mean, I see the same in my daughter. Like, it's still, there's times like in groups of a lot of girls, there's a lot less confidence. It's a very different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But the sport itself, like, she stands up for herself. More her friends. She'll stand up for her friends more
Mm-hmm.
than anything else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
like, at least she knows what she wants, right? And my
Exactly.
son too. My son doesn't take crap from anyone. He knows what he wants, and I don't think that they would have that without a team sport. So that's definitely amazing. Um, we talked about their personality differences, which is so great. But has he had
They
any
could
like?
not be more different.
Yeah. But that's the thing about parenting. A lot of people don't kind of realize when they get it, like when they're first thinking about having kids, is that every child is so different. And if you
So
go into
different.
it expecting the same thing, then you're just gonna have your ass handed to you. Like there's no,
And they're different
like,
from the moment they enter the world.
oh yeah,
Like from that very first moment, you are
yeah,
not dealing with the same child, not
no,
for a second.
no. And if you have an angel baby as your first, do not think it's happening twice.
Nope.
Right? If you have a
Yeah.
cranky sleeper, never sleeper as your first, then hey, guess what? It's gonna get better.
It's gonna
Hopefully
get better.
for your second, like it's gonna be night and day. Like it's just so different, right?
And that's the thing too. Like people associate certain personality traits with hockey, and frankly, it's my daughter who is more the firecracker.
Oh yeah,
Right, of the two of them, she's definitely the firecracker.
she was a
She's the big
firecracker
personality.
before she went in. So
She's got the main character energy, as I tell her all the time. Right, she's very extroverted.
yeah,
Whereas my son would prefer to be in the background, and he would prefer, is a little bit more introverted. And there's places for all of that in hockey. And
absolutely.
that's the beautiful thing, right? There's a place for both of those personalities to exist in the same space and
Yeah.
give kids another understanding of different personality types, that it's all okay. Everything's good. Everything has its place. Everything has its pros and cons. And I think that's been, frankly, for him, hockey has been really good for his confidence. Even from a young age. And I know people say, well, why would you put kids in so young? Like, it's not about them being in the NHL. It's not about them doing any of that. It's about all the other things they get from playing the team sport, from being out there, from having the routine.
Character, everything.
Yeah. And if the earlier they learn it, the more it's going to impact them moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. So what's it been like juggling the two kids and the schedules and stuff like that for tournaments and team cultures and whatnot?
My son learned how to be a rink rat
Yeah.
pretty early on. And my daughter, on the flip side, is super excited about becoming one, because she's had that experience, but at house league, right? So she would be at the rink anyway because she had her own house league, which means she wasn't really watching his games. She was running around the rink with her buddies from her hockey team.
Yeah.
And just, doing their thing. She wasn't really engaged in watching the games that were going on for him. So I think she's actually very excited about the changing of rules, but we're a single car family. We live in the city, and we are about to have to be at the rink 4 times for each child, plus the 2 days a week my husband plays himself. So that is 10 visits to an arena in 7 days of the week. We're going to see how that works out. It's tough, right? Because they're young too, and I know there's both sides of it, right? Like you have an older kid, you get the really late game draws and you're basically falling asleep in the rink. Yeah. And on the flip side, those of us who are working full time, having to try to get our kids to the rink for 5 p.m. on whatever day of the week it is, it's challenging. And I think that's being a working parent and actually having to get your kid everywhere they need to be
it's so tough.
Absolute nightmare fuel. It's exhausting. Yeah, it's absolutely exhausting.
I remember swimming lessons and stuff when they were little. I was like, I can never make any of these times ever. So my kids are just going to have to learn to swim in the ocean in the summer because we live on an island. Because I cannot feasibly get there at 2:00 in the afternoon when I work full time.
Exactly. Yeah. And, like arenas always give the younger kids the earlier draws, which I get.
Yeah. But you still have a job.
Really challenging. I still have a job. I still need to make money because I have to pay for all the fees that they're charging me for the pleasure of being there at 5 p.m.
Or 5 a.m.
Or 5 a.m. Yeah, that's true. We do have the 7 a.m. practices as well. So
the 5 a.m. ones are great. Yeah, they're super great. And then like my daughter's got a 7 p.m. in the middle of summer for like checking stuff. My son's hasn't started back up yet, but he moves back down to Idaho in about 10 days. So I've had him home for like 3 months, almost 2.5 months. Yeah. So, then he's gone again for 10.
That's it.
Exactly. So how did you get into the team manager role?
I was voluntold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your husband or another mom or?
So my husband's actually the head coach of the
Okay.
team
I
that
was
my
going to
daughter
ask
plays for.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not going to obviously be head coach for my son because that's a little too much.
Yeah.
But he is also, going to be affiliated and helping out with that team as well. So he's helped with the house league program. I mean, when I tell you he's on the ice all the time, he is on the ice
Yeah.
all the time.
I bet he loves it even if he complains.
He loves it. Like he truly, truly loves it. What he hates is like letting people down, right? Like he wants to wonder where my son gets the perfectionism.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. Where does it come from?
I have no idea where they get all these weird traits they have. It's so.
But he loves being on the ice with the kids. He loves watching their joy, play, like learning how to play and the camaraderie and the skills and just the smiles on their face. Like that brings him so much joy.
Yeah, mine's like.
Yeah. So it was our first year playing well, no, it wasn't. It was his second year playing competitive with my daughter, and there was a manager that year, but when you're in U7, it's 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, so people age up. So the manager that they had previously aged up, so they needed someone for our age for our team, and my job is project management by day. So, and there was no one raising their hands. And so he said to me, can you just do it for this season? Like just this season. We just need a little bit of help. It won't be too bad. Can you just do it for 1 year? And so that was the start of forever. Yeah. So that's how I got into it. I mean, I guess by trade, if you will, it's something that is familiar to me because I do it for, I run projects for work. So this was kind of like a side step for that. I have the skill set. Helps that he's my husband, so he could twist my arm a little bit on it. And I am guilty to a fault of wanting to make sure my kids always have the best possible experience.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I can do it. I have the capacity and I want all of these kids, my kids, but all of these kids to have a great experience, and I can help make that happen. So now I am just the team manager every year.
And then how did you get sucked into doing other levels or age groups then that aren't even your kids?
My sons now, U7, the manager they were going to have is also managing another team. So they've been kind of looking to create a management team of people. So that there's a few of us managing, like we each take a task. So I was like, listen, I'm managing another team. I chair my school parent council. I have a lot on my plate. I work full time, but I can like a task. Give me a task and it will be my job. So I'm going to do that. And then where I can, I'll have calls with, league admin, just say like, hey, do you need an extra set of hands? Do you want to, talk things through? So yeah, it's, I have been with complete volunteer run organizations. So I have a lot of time for people who are giving their time as well, because we're all there trying to give back to the kids so that they have a great experience.
It's nice when you can share knowledge too, and you're like almost mentoring someone else to learn, so that it's not like, all right, I did my year, I'm gone, or whatever, right? And it's a lot better because it does take a village.
If we're being honest, year one is the hardest year. So after that first year, you're like, no, I'm not teaching someone else how to do this now.
Oh, it is overwhelming. Like I've done so many different roles that I'm tapped out of it, and
like I'm exhausted, I'm burnt out. So now I'm going to do a podcast about it.
Run a tournament and everything, like been on exec and everything. Changed multiple associations and stuff. And then I'm like, nope, I would way rather have more fun talking to other hockey moms on a podcast than dealing with angry, cranky people.
Yes, that's fair.
So,
that's fair.
People can be angry and cranky on comments online, and I'm fine because I actually find them entertaining. And I feel like if people find the time to make fun of you online, then you're probably doing something right.
That's it.
Like
you're just
if you are going to go out of your way to hate me about something,
thank you for plugging my show.
Fine. Thanks for bumping my algorithm.
Exactly.
I can't even be mad at it. I don't even have the energy to come up with a mean retort. I'm probably just going to find a way to passive aggressively make fun of you while seeming nice also. You go right ahead. I feel like I've made it if I get a mean comment. So
Yeah, exactly. People are paying
let's
attention,
go.
right? That's it.
Let's go.
And desensitized from however many hockey parents you've
Oh, yeah.
encountered at the rinks from other teams and things like
Yeah.
that too, right? So
Yeah. It's
become
also another,
desensitized at a point.
right? And it's also another way for people to realize, hey, that 6 foot tall mom that might have a resting bitch face sometimes or is laughing all the time is actually not laughing about all these kids here. She's just laughing because she has the weirdest sense of humor and laughs about everything that isn't even happening in the arena.
Maybe you're just having a good time.
Yeah. It's probably because she's like thinking about the drinks she's going to be having later with the other moms and has nothing to do with going on.
Exactly.
So welcome to my headspace, you know?
Yep, exactly.
So it's a good way to share that and
Yeah.
help people realize to not take it as seriously.
That's the thing. Like 99% of these kids are not going to the NHL.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is we're all just trying to make sure they have something that they enjoy now, keeps them healthy, they make some friends, and maybe they carry this into adulthood, right? Like maybe they just keep playing hockey until they're, 60 years old. And not a word of a lie, we were at a tryout and a guy comes in, he was 65 with goalie equipment.
Perfect.
And we were chatting. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm still playing goalie. I'm still doing this. He's like, my knees hurt most days, but that's okay. I still like getting out on the rink. And it's like, okay, so he had this experience growing up.
He loves it.
He's in, the last season, and he's still doing it, still enjoying it, still loving it. Isn't that the goal, right? Isn't that the goal?
Let
People
the kids
take
dream.
themselves far too seriously.
Yeah, like I think the parents need to be less serious, but I think let the kids dream, let them do as much as they want, let them be as serious as they want and encourage it. We can sit back and, empty our wallet and all the other things and our insanity. Very rapidly. But I did see a TikTok that showed that apparently like the sports industry, youth sports, all youth sports, is a $40 billion industry a year.
I believe it.
I was partially shocked, but also not at all.
You're like, no, I've contributed a fair amount to that. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I feel like $1 billion of that is mine, except for I don't know where I got the money. Did I sell some organs? Is that why I'm so sick? Did they take extra and not tell me while they were in there?
But I believe it, right? The cost, that's the one sad thing, at least here in Ontario. I don't know if it's the same across the country, but just the cost of the entry to get into youth sports now, especially hockey, some kids are just not going to get the experience because it is becoming a sport for the upper middle class. And it's sad. It really is, because there's so many kids who could get so much out of it and not enough scholarship money to go around to help with that.
I do think there are so many different things you can do on the side via YouTube and other stuff where if your kid is really engaged, they can find a way, right? Because they can find a way to increase their own visibility and increase their own skill in dry land and off, you know what I mean? Yes, you might not get the same advantages in minor hockey and stuff, but a lot of kids are using their own highlight reels on social media to help them and stuff. There is a lot more that can be done that isn't necessarily just for the elitist anymore. It's just about trying to be creative. So
I know, but the cost of ice.
You live in a province where you have outdoor rinks. You have outdoor rinks. You're very lucky. That is not something my children have.
But we don't get to use them for hockey, right? It's pleasure skating and shinny. Right?
Yeah,
that's what. And there's something to be said for shinny, right? It's a lot of fun to get the kids out.
Yeah.
But the indoor rinks, everything is just costing more and more and more. I mean, maybe we're just in an expensive province for that, but I hear the same thing from parents all over the country, right? The cost of ice is exponential. And that's what's going into that $40 billion.
Yeah, I know. The West Coast is super expensive too. Over here, everything's pretty expensive. So it's, finding a way to be creative though. I think there's a lot to be said for that as well, because I
Yeah.
know, but I know it is expensive, but
Hmm.
just gotta nurture their creativity and their drive for the
Go
ones
for
that
that
want it.
scholarship.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So do you have any tips for parents and kids that are in different leagues or teams that are like taking on different positions and stuff? Or
Ooh, if you find a league that you like,
mm-hmm,
stick with it. If you find a coach that you like, stick with it.
mm-hmm,
Because like anything else, it's like your interview, as much as your kid is being taken onto a team and they're being accepted, that child and you as a family have to like the coaches and the
mm-hmm.
bench staff and the other families that you're going to be spending this time with. If it's a bad environment for any of you, it's not the right environment to be in.
Yeah,
Because once you're in it, you realize how much time you actually really spend with all of these people,
yeah,
how much you get to know about each other, how many personal details you know about each other. And it's just by nature of like you are with each other all the
a
time.
lot, a
And if
lot.
it's not a good environment for you, and it doesn't mean anybody's bad, it doesn't mean the
No,
kids bad or the families or the coaches or whatever. If it's just not a right fit, it's okay to move on, right?
mm-hmm.
Like it's okay. I think a lot of times people are afraid of burning bridges or causing a, ruffle or whatever. Or
Yeah.
on the opposite side, we'll go out in a blaze of glory as if somebody has wronged their child who,
That's so true. I'm gonna burn everything to the ground.
right? Like I'm gonna burn.
Yeah,
You've got the people who just stay too long when it's not the right fit until it becomes
yeah,
a problem,
yeah,
or they just go like guns ablazing, like okay, like I'm gonna blow this whole thing to the
yeah,
ground on my way out.
yeah,
And I don't think either. I just there's no need to get to that point, and I think a
mhm,
lot of people lose perspective on the fact that these are kids.
yeah,
They're young. Even the teenagers who are playing, they are still kids learning how to be adults, right? Like that's at the end of the day.
hmm,
Um, the minds are still growing. The frontal
hmm.
lobe is not developed.
Nope.
We should be setting the example as parents and showing them, how to act and behave and the right way forward. So I think that's part of it. I think the other thing is it isn't too early to put your kid in hockey. If somebody's in your ear saying, oh, like, why would you put your 4 or 5 year old in that? That just seems so
Yeah.
competitive. You don't have to put them in competitive at that age. They
No.
can literally go to the rink and learn how to skate and use a stick and play house league, which is generally just like a little beehive going up and down the ice
Mhm.
where they're learning, right? And it's
Yeah.
cute, but that's how they start to love it.
Yeah.
And they can stay with those kids, generally speaking. A good core of them will stay together for years.
Hmm.
And I think that's another really important thing. I think people need to live their lives and not think about everything else. When they're 4, don't think I'm making a little NHL player. That's not the goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But get your kid out to have some fun. Get them
Hmm.
out to meet some new people. You know, they're going to be in an environment where they're going to meet people that they might not necessarily meet in other aspects of their life. Be exposed to different cultures and different different socioeconomics maybe than that they would be exposed to at their school. And that's all really important learning for them because in their life, they're going to encounter so many different people.
So true.
And I think hockey is a really great way for them to have fun, but also learn a lot more about other people. And I think a lot of people don't think about that aspect of it. I didn't, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, I'm not becoming a hockey mom. I'm not getting involved in it.
Yeah.
But the more I'm involved in it, I see those benefits,
Hmm.
and there are real side benefits. They have nothing to do with hockey itself,
Yeah.
but it's the environment that everyone coming together to play that one sport, and all the parents having the common denominator being like, we're here at the rink. Um, I think it's good for everybody.
Yeah. I think enjoying the ride is like
Hmm.
something I almost wish I did more of,
Yeah.
and you do find your people, like you find people with common values, and like parenting aspects because they're all in this in a committed sport together. So I definitely
Hmm.
find you find like brings a community of people together for you. So that's
For sure.
great.
The moms on our team, we hang out like outside of the rink, especially
Mhm.
in the summer when we're not seeing each other all the time. It's like
Yeah.
we'll go out for dinner, we'll go grab drinks. We're
Yeah.
always texting each other and checking in. And,
That's the,
that's the thing. You're creating another community for yourself as well.
Mhm.
another village, that can help you with your child, or
Yeah.
you can help them with their children. Other people to lean on, other people who understand what you're going through with that particular aspect of your life that really nobody else can understand. And maybe some people think you're crazy for doing it, right? For investing all this time and energy and money. But I think once you're in it, you just see like the beauty of the community aspect of it.
Yeah. So true. Thank you so much for sharing your hockey journey.
Thank
I
you.
love it. I love sharing hockey mom journey. So I really appreciate you being on here today and sharing what you have to offer. So
Thank you. I loved it. Yeah, I'm excited to be here, but I'm excited to have a voice for girls who are coming up, and I really hope that parents look at all options instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm going to pigeonhole my girl into a girls league." And there's nothing wrong with the girls leagues at all. They're wonderful and they have their place. But it doesn't mean your daughter can't also, be with the boys, and it's good for them. So, yeah.
yeah,
It's been wonderful.
that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us this week on Pucked Up Hockey Moms. We seriously appreciate you listening, laughing, and surviving the hockey mom life right alongside us. Whether you're in the stands, stuck in carpool, or hiding in the rink bathroom for 5 minutes apiece, we see you and we're right there with you. This episode was proudly brought to you by AAA Hockey Recruiting, your go-to for player development, showcases, and getting noticed at the next level. Whether you're aiming for junior, prep, or NCAA, they've got the tools, the know-how, and the hookup. Check them out at AAAHockeyRecruiting.com and tell them the Bad Mom Squad sent you. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay a little bit pucked up.